welcome back to Magic TV. We are here at Magic TV headquarters, and this is episode 4?
Yeah.
Episode 4. Episode 4 of...
Episode 4 of what?
Innovation to Ovation.
The fuck is innovation to ovation?
Do you even watch Magic TV?
No.
If it's not about you, you don't care, do you?
No, I don't watch because I'm on it all the time.
Okay, so we've been doing, the Matt-umentary season 3 starts later on this year. We've been doing like a mini documentary on Ryland. It's like the Ry-umentary. It's yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
That's marketing genius.
It's Michael's idea. And what it is, because people are always fascinated when we talk about how to develop an act and how to construct an act. Like one of the most popular videos that we did is when you, me and Drew were sitting down talking about the creation of the Harry Potter act. Yeah, a lot of people watch that. It's very, very popular. And it's one that people always say is really inspiring, and I'll do more content like this. So we thought that what we do is more content like this. So you know that Ryland is putting together, we, all three of us, were putting together an orange juice act, an act all based around orange juice for the Young Magician of the Year in September, right?
Yes.
And
because we bought one gimmick, because liked it, and then so we're basing an entire fucking act around one
hang on,
gimmick.
but that's what we did with Harry Potter. We bought a wand that made the feather appear, and we were like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, let's just build a whole act around this one thing because we like it.
Yeah, well, that's how it works, right?
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Apparently so.
So, we've been filming episodes of this without you because the first bit didn't need
Great.
you. So you
why
know,
am I here now?
So I showed you the script this morning.
Yeah.
So what we've done up until
not bad,
this,
actually.
yeah, it's really good, right? We've got to the point where me and Ry sat down, worked out what the type of trick should be in the act. We kind of basically did some research into orange juice based tricks. Came up with a load of
loads of them.
but there's more than you'd think, really. Came up with a load of shit with orange juices. Then we scripted it. Now we're going into the recording studio in 2 days' time, and this is where you come in. Because obviously, what we have to do now is create, because the whole concept of this, and I've talked to you about this, and part of this was Matt's input, obviously, but we wanted to do the same thing as the Harry Potter act in so far of having a kind of a track that goes from beginning to end.
Yeah.
But we're trying to make it different to Harry Potter and the superhero act. So to fill you guys in, with Harry Potter, the music's playing all the way through. He's listening to a teacher in the wings telling him what to do, and he's just reacting to that.
Yeah.
We also have another act we're working on called the Superhero Act, which is all based on big illusions.
Which I wanted to be different.
And it was different because you can hear Ryland's internal monologue.
Yeah.
So you actually hear and that was all your idea, like you hear Ryland's thought process. He's pretending to be a superhero and he's using magic to put across his superpowers, and obviously, we're still working on that at the moment. We've got we've got everything in place, but we wanted this one to be a same sort of thing, but also different. So we kind of came up with the idea of kind of a little bit like the Harry Potter act. You've got that disembodied voice speaking to him, but it's all about him getting ready for school in the morning, and it's me saying, "Get up, get ready. You got to get ready for school. Come on, you little dickhead. It's time to get ready and stuff." But he's going to be mic'd up.
Yeah, he's going to be mic'd up, and he's actually going to respond in real time to the voiceover. So which is going to be really tricky.
Yeah, because if he hears me going, "Ryland, why haven't you done this?" "I'm trying." He needs to.
Yeah.
So
it's a different skill level for him to be able to do, but he's going to be able to do it. He's going to smash it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's very and the whole feel of the act is going to be different as well. Because Harry Potter is
going to be very, very different.
Because Harry Potter is very epic. Like we, every time we do it, every time Thomas Maloney sees it, he says, "I get a tear in my eye," because it is very, very epic in terms of the music.
Everybody mentions the music, and like when the feather comes out and stuff, and there's the as the feathers coming out of the
yeah.
Everyone's like, the music, it's like gives you goosebumps and stuff.
It really does.
Which is exactly what I wanted.
This is going to be more slapstick.
This is more, it's more light-hearted. There's more comedy. There's a lot more comedy. There's going to be a lot more light-hearted stuff. It's going to be a lot kind of like floaty and a bit more childish, and yeah, it's going to be. We've got Pond 5 still, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Just to catch you guys up, we have a company account for Pond 5. If you want to know where we get our music from for a lot of this stuff,
Because it's uncopyrighted, free music. It's not free music, but it's unregistered music. That
so
you can
we
use.
pay for an account and we can download X amount of tracks every single month, and they've got thousands of tracks that
Thousands
you can
and
download.
thousands. You just literally type in the kind of vibe that you want, and then it comes up with like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, pages and pages and pages of tracks, and then you have to sit there for fucking hours going through them all based on what you've got in your head of the feel that you want for that particular section. You then have to find a piece of music that fits that. But then I also go in and find, like, there's also like really small sections that are like, some of them are like 5, 10, 15 seconds long, but they're just kind of like intros or outros or little bits that you can put in. But then when I'm listening to the tracks, I'll make sure that the tracks kind of undulate. So you've got like high bits, low bits, but it's all on the same tempo. And they've got different feels to them because there's loads of strings and they're up here, or it's just bass and it's down here, and there's different parts of different songs where you can look at them and go, okay, well that bit would be good for a crescendo at the end of something. This thing would be good if there's something else going on and we just need an undertone of music, and you just pick the tracks based on being able to cut and shunt them together, and then you go into a studio with someone like Sam and just you can merge things in and make it, add cymbals here, add things here, add there, whatever, and just make it sound like it's one piece of music, even though in reality you've Frankenstein 10, 15 tracks and some additional sounds together.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're going to be showing you on this episode. I'm going to get footage of you at the actual recording studio. But before we... which is
shouting at a monitor.
Yeah, but before you go in... very quickly, because I really want this to be something that people can learn from when they put their own stuff together. I know you've been sitting down with Michael and looking at music. Mm-hmm. And obviously you know what the vibe of this act is going to be. Mm-hmm. You're so good at this. Like, you guys haven't seen the superhero act, but the superhero one that you did.
Oh, the track for the superhero one.
It's just so
I didn't think we were going to be able to do better than the Harry Potter one. And then we got halfway through the superhero one, and me and Sam in the studio just looked at each other and we were like, oh.
Yeah,
it's like so
it's
good.
Amazing. Can't wait for people to see that. Like, that's going to be amazing. But can you give people like, you've just briefly kind of gone through stuff, but what's your thought process now? You're going into a studio. You've got the script. Mm-hmm. We have a rough idea how long each section is going to be.
Yeah.
We need it to run between 9 and 10 minutes, because that's how long we aim these acts for, because most competition acts are 10 minutes long. And also, like, Ryland gets booked an awful lot, doesn't he, just to do the Harry Potter act. Mm-hmm. And he gets booked to, like, go into an ensemble show and just do 10 minutes. So any advice to people that are putting acts together like this that could become a signature thing is try to make it 10 minutes, because that's the perfect length for an ensemble show or something like that. Just under 10 minutes. So we know that it's roughly going to go for between 9 and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We know the vibe that we're going for with the comedy and the so on and so forth. What advice, or what's your process when you've been picking the music that you've been sitting down with Michael? I know you've pretty much nailed, we've got to download it, but I know you've pretty much nailed the music that you want.
Yeah, I've got the music that I want. So it's... the thing with any kind of show, especially something that's 10 minutes long or 9 minutes 40 or whatever you're going to make it, always make, if somebody says I want a show that's 10 minutes, always make it like 9 minutes 30, 9 minutes 40. So this is going to be about that, I think. But you've got to, for me, the best way for a show that long, most people would think, right, okay, let's start here. And then let's build, and 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 keep going all the way to 10 minutes, and it's boom, a big thing at the end, and that's not how it works. You're going to overload your audience. If you're doing something like this, it's going to be for a stage. It's going to be for a half decent sized production. You wouldn't go to this much effort and spend this much money on something that wasn't for like a large kind of event. So the way that you want to do it is to build up and then drop, and then build up. And it's like a wave. Like, you build up, you drop, you build up, you drop. But every single one of those crescendos, every single one of those points when the wave comes up gets a little bit higher. But I
see that with the Harry Potter act. So you've got that first moment where the flowers vanish.
Yeah. That's a point, but then it drops.
It drops when he's doing the light stuff, and then you've got the feather
And then it comes up
production.
again, and then drops.
drops.
And then the last one goes up even higher, and then it drops. And that's so it's like a wave that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's you don't want to do a straight line up, just build, build, build. You have to build, drop, build, drop, build, drop, and that's kind of the way that you have, depending on the magic that you're doing in the routine that you're going to do. You'd have to do that as much as it hasn't got to be literally like that, but it's got to be as much of that as possible. But you can kind of build and then drop and then drop. Do you know what I mean? But you've kind of got to have that building up to a final thing at the end. So the music that we use has to reflect that, because music is a massive, massive part of it. Music is all about, especially in this kind of situation, it's all about feel. It gives the feel for what you want the audience to witness, to experience. So when he's doing something this is like I said, this is going to be a lot more comical. So there's going to be moments in there which are like, there's a lot of cartoon noises, like that kind of, things happen during the track that we're going to choreograph certain things into that are.
And we've made the decision as well, by the way, that we're going to use Unplugged.
Yeah,
and we've got
great.
We've got a track for Unplugged.
We have, but it didn't fit with what we wanted. So, because it's not the right feel. He does it as like a 1920s, 1930s feel, where he's dressed like that and everything fits in, and he's got like an old radio, which is playing old radio noises in the background, and there's like old radio talking in the background of the track. So he was lovely enough to send us the entire track.
We are going to, when we get into the studio, we're gonna have to
Frankenstein it. So we're gonna have to take as much from that track as we can, and we'll have everything at the same timings. So his routine will be the same. So we've got the ability in the studio to take the track that he sent us, strip that into stems, and then we can take the stems that we want or get rid of them. So we'll have his track on the monitor, and then there'll be points.
Because there are moments that will really fit with Ryland, like where he's doing that and he's...
And we'll use that. We'll use the same noise of the birds, we'll use the same noise of the...
And
and the ping. Yeah, so we'll use all of that, and that will be exactly the same as the track that he sent us. But then other bits, like I want, which he doesn't have, but I want music underneath the entire thing. Because that's good. The feel that he's got is completely different to the feel that we want to use. So even though it's the same track, it's the same length, all the moves are exactly the same, I want to put music underneath ours that goes all the way right until the very end, because that's going to have the feel. The only time the music stops is when we do the...
Got it.
But then also, I'm going to put extra effects in there. I'm going to put extra noises in there. We're going to have we're not going to use... a lot of the effects that he's got on there, because we want to make it have a different feel to it. We want to make it have a more childish, cartoony, playful feel to it. So we're going to change some of those as well. So we are going to use his track. Everything's going to be done at the same timings. The points are going to be exactly the same.
Because Ryland has been practicing Unplugged.
And it won't make any difference to him whatsoever. You could do his routine to the original track, and you could do his routine to the track that I'm going to build, and the routine will be exactly the same. But you'll notice afterwards that they feel completely different.
Got it. This is exciting. I'm excited.
I haven't done it yet. It's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, we could be in there for a few hours.
We could be in there for a really long time.
Right. So we are now going to play the footage of. This could be a long episode, Michael, depending on how much
footage is there.
I don't know, because we haven't done it yet.
How much footage are you gonna take?
I'm not going to hold my camera the whole time, because last time you were in the recording studio, it was like 8 hours.
Okay, I was just going to make sure you're not going to put a GoPro in the corner of the room.
No.
We're going to have to play the whole fucking thing.
No, but I'm going to get key points that I think people might find useful.
Okay.
And then, so we're going to play that now, and then we're going to end the episode, because that's going to be long enough, and you can see the process. You can see the process of what Matt and although really I just sit there and watch Matt and Sam do it. I just nod occasionally. Although at least I'm going to have to record some audio this time. But yeah, so we're going to play that, and you can see the process that Matt and Sam go through. And then next week, we'll have the track, if everything works according to plan. We'll have the track, and you're going to see how Ryland starts building the moments in there, because Ryland's Obviously, we know we're going to put multiplying balls in there. We know we're going to put multiplying bottles in there. But Ryland can't really practice that until you've done the track.
No.
Because he doesn't know how long he's going to have. He doesn't know how, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we're not 100%
really
sure
awkward
of.
because I don't, when I'm going into a studio, and this was exactly the same with Harry Potter and it was exactly the same with the superhero one. When we go into that studio, I don't know what the routines are.
Yeah.
Like, I know what he's going to be doing, but I don't know how long it's going to take. So there is an element of when we're building these tracks, there's an element of guesswork. I literally stand in the studio and act out what he's going to do. But then with this one, we've got things like T-cut. No, that's the superhero one. We've got things like T-cut. Well, I had to go into a studio and build a track for T-cut, which is fucking, it's epic. The music. That
Please enter Oblivion.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with me whatsoever. The track that we found is perfect. But yeah, I had to add a bit of vocals in. But yeah, the piece of music is stunning. But I had to go in to the studio and build, which is the crescendo of the entire thing. It's the final thing in the act, the big build up, the big boom at the end. And I've never even seen the fucking thing. So I had to build a track, and it's all about timing. It's all about how long Ryland's going to need, and we need bits here and we need bits there, and things that he can do that are on the beat. And I've got to build this. I had to build this thing, and I'd never even seen it.
Yep.
So I got really lucky that it actually fits.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Which was really lucky, and I think that was more just experience taking over than anything else. But it was really, really lucky. But with the orange juice one, hopefully, what we know what's going to happen.
And the orange juice one is by far the most technical one that is done. I know there's a lot of technical stuff in Harry Potter, but there's a lot of sleight of hand and there's a lot of...
but at least I know beforehand and I know how long things are going to take roughly, so that I've got a better chance of getting it on point.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us.
Sorry, just waffling.
No. I think this is fascinating. I love this stuff.
Waffling.
And I think everyone at home will as well. But let's have a look at the footage from the recording studio and then we'll be back next week and we'll start to see all of those elements coming into place with the act.
It's nice and light, isn't it?
Because the script, I think, check that, but I'm pretty sure the script starts with an alarm bell. So the whole thing is the alarm rings. It's like he's missed his alarm, he's overslept through his alarm or something. So an alarm rings, which kind of sets the thing. And then Ryland, then you probably go into the music and the Ryland, get up! You're gonna be late for school. And
Was it this one as well? That is quite good.
yeah, I like that one as well.
Is that yours or mine?
I actually prefer the first one.
What I'm thinking of is if we do it in a big theatre, and then the first thing that happens is it's just going to scare the shit out of some people.
Loud,
it's going to be really loud. It'd have to be exactly on point, like volume-wise. Otherwise, it's just not. It's either going to be too loud or it's going to be too quiet if we don't get it exactly bang on. Whereas the other one, that one, everyone knows what that is. It's quite high-pitched, so it's going to follow through like larger venues and stuff. And the volume doesn't matter quite so much.
Yeah.
And it's not too aggressive.
Do you think we need like a switch noise, like he turns it off?
So we need the beep, beep, the then like just a smack, and then instantly it comes in with, rather than get your fucking arse out of bed, you've got half an hour or whatever it is.
And should the music start before that
No.
lib comes up?
No. So we'll have the music starts as Ryland comes out onto the stage, and I'll have him as like in time with the music as he's coming out.
Switch.
Jesus, somewhere around
What?
half the time. They're really not what you expect. It always makes me laugh. It's like that.
No.
If I made that one loud enough, that one. could-
Maybe a door opening.
Or a slam. I'm just thinking he needs. Yeah. I'll get both.
Like a door opening, and then instantly, Ryland, get up! You've got to be at school in 30 minutes. Yeah.
Because that'll cut it off as well, won't it? That-
Yeah. So the alarm cuts off, you just hear that really quickly, and then, Ryland, you've got to be at school in 30 minutes. you sleep in a dungeon? It would really help us out if you do.
It's a bit much, isn't it? That?
Well, we only lock him in the dungeon if he's been naughty.
Oh, right, but you don't sleep in a dungeon.
I don't sleep in the dungeon. No. Ryland just gets thrown in there at least 3 times a week.
So do we have the alarm and then Craig saying get out of bed and then the door? So is the door Ryland's door? Or
In my head, when I wrote the script, the door is Ryland's door.
So if the door's Ryland's door, we've got to have him say it first and then the sound of the door.
Would you want a muffled, the other side of the door, like Ryland, like while the alarm's going off, and then comes in?
It's got to be
Is
clear.
that too much? Or is that, I don't know.
I don't know whether we're overthinking it.
Well, I tend to do
We're like literally 3 seconds into this and we're like, so,
I tend to seem to do that.
yeah.
What's the backstory?
Yeah. So where did we buy the alarm clock from? So we'll just do the alarm and then we'll go straight into... Is there like a click maybe that we can just put right on as if you click the button on the alarm?
I don't think it's needed. I don't think anybody would hear it in the theatre anyway. I think it's...
If Ryland get up, you've got to be at school in 30 minutes. Then we hear a door. Then we can have some footsteps, which would give him a couple of seconds to get onto the stage.
Yeah, you could do. Or I think the music starts and he just comes out, plodding on.
It's not you.
It's
It's
up
not
to you.
him walking into the bedroom to tell him to get up. It's Ryland.
No, this is...
No, he's like shouting
Yeah.
from the other side of the house. It's
Yeah.
Craig. He could be
So-
shouting from a different county.
That's what I was trying to.
Yeah. This is... the stage is set up, so it's like the kitchen.
Yeah.
So he's like been told to get up, he's opened his door, he's walked into the kitchen.
Is your kitchen on the same level?
Yeah. It is now.
I'm just thinking, his voice needs to be a way in which it's not as clear. If he's in a distant room.
The whole thing is Craig's at a slight distance, like in a different room or whatever. So we are going to have to muffle it, but it's still got to be.
Slightly, but it's how it
It's
sounds
still
in
got to be
theatre,
audible.
isn't it?
Yeah. But we can have it like with a little bit faded or a
We'll
little
have
bit
it, mate, yeah,
distorted
we'll
or
have it. You can either achieve it with
a little bit of
less
reverb.
high end or reverb.
Yeah.
It's one of there's a couple of ways of doing it. So let's just get this first bit of loop. So is he shouting in? Is he going to interrupt the alarm clock? with his-
He'll interrupt the alarm clock. That'll do. Just 4. We'll see what it sounds like without any transition. If we need a transition, we'll put one in there.
I can get a click easy.
Yeah.
It's just to switch off.
Ryland, get up. You've got to be at school in 30 minutes.
I don't know. Have we got a more aggressive one than that?
A more aggressive one, sorry.
A more
The
aggressive
door.
Ryland? No, no.
Oh,
The
the
vocal.
I think that's the only one for that one.
We might have to record that again. That's nowhere near aggressive.
No, yeah. The opening thing...
Ryland, get up! You got to be at school in 30 minutes.
Get your ass out of bed, you little shites!
Yeah, exactly.
I think this might be another one actually. Let's just see what this is. It's going to sound trouble to them, isn't it?
Ryland, get up. You've got to be at school in 30 minutes.
That's better.
That's better.
But I do agree with you. I think let's give it
more
a try.
aggressive.
Yeah,
Do you want me to re-record it?
More of a shout, more of a get your ass out of bed, you little shit.
Okay, I'll go and do that now.
Yeah, there will be. I'm just trying to think how long he needs. So I'm just trying to picture him walking out onto a stage. I don't want to make it too short for if we do it in big theatres, but then when we do it in small places, I don't want him to be standing there like a lemon. But I mean, I can have him like, so he can walk out to a stage and he can be scratching his head and yawning or whatever. And then if we need to kill some time, he can stand at the front of the stage and just like...
I
stretch
think
and
more
yawn.
often than not, bear this in mind, I think more often than not, we will not be using the costume change. I think the costume change will just
Not
be
even
used...
had that bit yet.
I know, but bear that in mind. I don't think we'll be using it very often at all. I think it'll just be for TV appearances and theatre.
But if he's not doing the costume change, we can have it where he comes out and like whatever he's wearing, his blazer or whatever's like half off.
Yeah.
And his tie's like hanging down because he's walking out. He's just put his jacket on, half done it. He's walking out, rubbing his eyes, and then when you go, get dressed, he just goes, I am dressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ryland, how long does it take to drink an orange juice?
I'm trying.
And then try harder.
Seriously, Ryland, how long does it take to drink an orange juice?
I'm trying.
There. Try harder.
Try harder. Well, try harder
That one. Yeah.
to drink an orange juice.
I'm trying.
Well, try harder.
Yeah, a bit sooner.
Does it take to drink an orange juice?
I'm trying.
An orange
How you
juice.
want to leave it?
Does it take to drink an orange juice?
I'm trying.
Well, try harder.
That's about right.
Also, put the light on. You won't see anything in the dark.
And then we go into the thing.
Well, he's going to need a few seconds to, because what I have it in my head as, because obviously the lamp is going to be remote controlled, yeah, as you know. So we're going to be activating the remote controls, although Drew is working on a programmable one, but
Of course he is.
of course he is. But for now, it's remote controlled. So what I imagine is he goes over to put the light on, and it goes on fine. But then as he goes back to walk over to the table to get the orange juice, that's when the light starts flickering. So it's not like straight into the sequence. It's like, put the light on, you're not going to be able to see anything in the dark. Okay, put the light on. Light's on, brilliant. And then as he walks back over, it's flicker, 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 flicker. And so he looks at it and it's flickering and he can't figure out why. And then it goes off. Vroom. So he goes to look at it. He's trying to put it on. He can't put it on. And that's when he's going to go into the whole... That's when it starts flickering again. And that's when he's going to go into that whole sequence.
So we're going to have music running underneath all of this.
Yeah, probably as soon as...
All the lib, everything. Just have music running under everything.
Ryland, how long does... Seriously.
Somewhat low though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
be
Just
somewhat
somewhat-
not too crazy.
Seriously, Ryland, how long does it take? To drink an orange juice. Well, try harder.
Hold on, how does that fit with the I'm trying? Is there
I might
is
just
there
have to
a natural break
I
in there?
could, yeah. If
We
I
can just let the
cut
break
that out,
run.
maybe. You see this bit in the middle?
Yeah.
If I cut that out, there's a chance that it'll just be the right amount of time.
Seriously, Ryland, how long does it take to drink an orange juice?
I'm trying. Yeah, that's fucking perfect. I'm trying. And then the music comes back in.
Let's just
That's
see
such a good comedy moment.
Juice.
I'm trying.
Well, try harder.
And then he comes in with that. Yeah, I love it. That works.
Ry, where are we with the orange juice?
You asked me to put the light on.
No, it needs to be a bit longer because it needs to pour the orange juice in.
Oh, it's not just a boom. How much orange juice is there?
Well, it's not. It's a special bottle that looks like there's orange juice in there. So when it really
so
looks
how
like you're
long?
pouring it in. That's the most magical part of this. It looks like he pours orange juice in.
So how
Then he
long?
goes to drink it. Well, probably about... So he picks up the bottle and he goes to pour it in, probably about 3 or 4 seconds. Takes a few seconds. Then you want the audience to register that the orange juice is getting poured in there. Then he puts the bottle down. Then he goes to drink the orange juice. But he notices, he looks in it, looks confused, and then he tips it out and it's a ball.
Right, okay, so
I
we
think we
need...
can use the whole thing on it. I think maybe.
Rye, where are we with the orange juice?
It's put the light on.
That's it, now puts the thing down. Perfect.
Okay, alright, let's do that then.
It doesn't have, it can be over a minute. We can choreograph the multiplying ball sequence to fit into whatever the length of the track is.
The way that the track then drops out, it goes back to pretty much how it was at the start. So we've got, it goes low and then it builds up and then it builds up to this and then we're just going to drop it back down to there and finish there. It's going to sound really fucking weird.
Unless.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So unless we can cut and shunt the bit at the start and extend the start bit so it finishes at the crescendo at the end of that.
Ryland, get up! You've got to be at school in 30 minutes! Ryland, get dressed quickly.
I am already. Yeah, you read out the bits.
Great. Make sure you grab an orange juice. You need your vitamin C.
This is where it's producing the orange juice, isn't it?
Yep.
Rye, put my newspaper in my case. I have to have that at work with me today. Rye, have you had your orange juice yet?
I was getting your newspaper.
Stop making excuses and hurry up.
So this is the sequence where the orange juice is turning into silk handkerchiefs, right?
Yeah.
Seriously, Ryland, how long does it take to drink an orange juice?
I'm trying!
We'll try harder. Also, put the light on. You won't see anything in the dark.
Oh yeah, we don't want that there, because that sounds like a radio. So now he's going forward, getting another bottle of juice, pouring it into the glass. What happens, Matt? Oh, it vanishes. He goes to drink it and it
The
vanishes.
lamp flicks on and off again. He looks over the lamp, tries to switch it back on, but fails. He takes the cover off the lamp and looks at the pool.
Yeah, you choreograph this so that like it changes for a second when he's walking back over,
Yeah.
and then he goes back to look at
Now.
the. Yeah. So now he's
goes
kind
back
of
over to look at the lamp. Looks in the lamp.
unscrews the
looks
ball.
away, unscrews the ball. Reaches in, unscrews the ball. Holds it up. Now he unscrews the cap off the ball. Holds the jug up. Pours it into the jug. Looks at it. Puts the jug down.
Ryland, if you don't drink an orange juice right now, you're grounded.
I'm really trying!
So now this is the multiplying bottle 6 in, isn't it?
Yeah. Dad, can I have a milkshake instead?
Absolutely not. Over the jug of orange juice, grabs the glass and the jug, he quickly pours another glass and immediately turns it over and another orange silk appears.
We've made that a little bit longer to have time to go back over to that table.
Ryland, how hard is it to drink a glass of orange juice?
It's harder than you'd think! This is the table with the taking the newspaper out, closes it again, brings out a glass of orange juice, looks really happy with himself, closes the briefcase, picks that up, realises it's really heavy, turns it upside down, opens it, oranges fall all over the floor, he freaks out, doesn't know what to do, puts the suitcase back down on the table, picks up the orange juice to say,
Too late, Ry. Put the orange juice down. Your mum's leaving. Just go to school.
and scene.